Me to your home and feed me with your mind, for here are jewels and precious stones for those who seek to find. Beloved, take me to your heart, enclose me in your love, for I have wandered far and wide, the case of love to prove. Take me to your bed, then take me where you will, for I have only one desire, your hungry heart to fill.
Thank the Crawford Art Gallery, its board and director Mary McCarthy, for this wonderful opportunity to present a number of works from their collection here at Illen while the Crawford is closed for its major redevelopment project. I'd also like to thank the Crawford team. We've been working with many of the team over the past several months, and particularly in the week gone by. So thanks so much to Diane, Sorka, Chloe, Jean, Chiara and Laz and Alex. But most especially to Mike, Dr. Michael Waldron. Given his full title is the Curator of Collections and Special Projects at the Crawford Art Gallery. Mike, I've been looking back and it's just over 2 years since we started this conversation. So I just want to thank you so much, Mike, for all your support and your such generosity of time and your expertise and your knowledge and your absolutely great humour. So thank you. We could not have done this project without you. Thanks so much.
Hear, hear.
Yeah. So I'd also like to thank the team here at Illen. As you can imagine, this has been a huge project for us and for the team, and our team have worked really, really hard to bring this to this open day. Or opening day, but I really want to thank Stephen and Piotr and Louise in particular for all their work on this. They've really done. And then of course to thank the Salt and Pepper Art Collective. Sharon, Katch, Miriam, Kai, Jackie, Carmen and Tina. It's just wonderful to see the response that you've had to the works that you have ferreted out from the Crawford collection, the works that have sung to you, have spoken to you, and then your responses in return. It's a really gorgeous way into the work from the Crawford collection, and thanks so much, and congratulations to you all for absolutely. And last, and certainly not least, Toma McCullim. We started talking about this again 2 years ago or more maybe, and the response has been absolutely fantastic, and the insight and the approach and the collective participation and just all the I suppose insights really that Toma has brought to this project, and working with the group in such a wonderful way, and then to come to this day and to have this as a result of the work. It's been absolutely fantastic working with you, Toma, and thank you so much, and congratulations. Wonderful. Today in this exhibition, but there's a whole program of events and happenings and workshops and tours and talks, and again that Toma and the group have worked on, and there's going to be 2 talks by Mike over the course of the exhibition, and film screenings and all sorts of things, but just keep up to date on those on our webpage, on our social media. There's something happening every week until the show ends on the 20th of September. So now I'd very much like to welcome Mary McCarthy, who is the director of the Crawford Art Gallery. And again, without Mary's vision for this, that this could not have happened here in West Cork. So I really want to thank
I'm really conscious a lot of you are out there in the heat, and we're back here in the shade. So I don't know if people want to move around a little bit. I won't keep you too long, but if you want to get in the shade, do feel free to move around, because it is pretty hot. I suppose I'm delighted to be here today for a number of reasons. One being I grew up here, and 7 miles further west. So actually the West Cork Arts Centre has always had a powerful impact on me personally, from its 40-year anniversary this year to its 10-year journey in this building. And not only just as an impact as somebody growing up here, it probably really is responsible for why I'm working in the arts, because it also attracted a whole cultural community, and I see Brian and many artists who live here, from that infrastructure is important. It creates hooks for people to connect with arts and programs. So it is very important to be here today from that point of view. I suppose Crawford Art Gallery, as you know, is a national cultural institution. And what does that mean? It means, I suppose, that we do get to hold the national collection. And that's the collection that's owned by us, actually, the people of Ireland. And I suppose we're very keen on that as a cultural institution, that we try and endeavour to make the collection as publicly accessible as possible. But I have to say, to Toma and Anne and team, I would say this is probably the biggest single loan nearly that we've ever made, if not completely actually. I'll check that with Jean later. Because actually mobilising the collection is no easy feat, and I know you know that from installing the works during the week, and also from engaging with us on the loan requests. I suppose in terms of process, Anne said yes, this started like 2 years ago, because we're closed to the public now, as you know, because we're undergoing a multi-million, quite an eye-watering amount of money, renovation that's going to start in November and go on for 2 years. So our collection is a lot in storage, and it's currently also in the National Gallery, the National Museum, a number of OPW properties, including the Oris, but more importantly here now. And I suppose strategically, we were delighted when Ilan really got on board very quickly to kind of say, we would like to work with you to have the collection here for quite a large period in the summer. I have to say, rather selfishly, it's fantastic for Crawford. It gives us high visibility. Actually, some of the works, like the Aphrodite cast, I would say, has never been at a more southwest point in Europe previously. That work in particular came into our collection in 1818, and the original sculpture is in the Louvre. But it has been in Cork, and it went a little kilometres into storage before it came here. But it's actually never had that journey. And I suppose I certainly love to think of the artworks almost like I anthropomorphise them. I look at them as people. So I see that curious gaze from her, the gaze of Fiona Shaw looking out at us from the Victoria Russell painting. You then look at Lavery's Lady Rose, the Red Rose. All these kind of gazes that are happening in this exhibition that are then responded to, and through this great concept of Toma and salt and pepper with graw. And I think if there was ever a time that we needed kind of graw as a concept, it's now. But graw as a word, I thought, as a choice, was really, really interesting, because it's much more generous, I think, than the word love, actually. It's much more, I think, open, and kind of, to me, is like the origin of words like gratitude and other kind of terms. It's a much more generous terminology. I suppose for us all, I think collections, I would say, are really important. And I suppose why the Crawford, we feel really proud of our collection, and many artists who are contemporary, who are here today, who we've acquired more recently, because collections are not static. We see them as powerful repositories of what's happening in a culture. And I suppose we argue very strongly for the National Collection and to continue to expand it, because in the future, 100 years from now, people will look at some of the works that we bought more recently, like the Tom Clement, the Paula Rock, Mags Gainey, Izzy Nolan, to name just a few, and wonder what were artists thinking about at that time? What were they kind of really absorbing in society, and why did an institution buy them? What did we deem that was significant about those works, other than other things that are happening at the time? So collections are incredibly powerful repositories of knowledge and thought and political movements that are happening at any current time. So for us, collections are never static, and I suppose that's what's really beautiful about what's happening here in Uillinn, is that there's also the interweaving of the artworks from Salt and Pepper as responses, giving new perspectives to our collection. And I think that our collection is really recharged by this particular physical space, and also the interpretation of the artists and the other artists who are working here. I see Ben Riley, Tanya Dupuer, other people who are working in residence here. It's how works get into different forms of conversations. So for us, we are going to continue in Crawford to build the collection and to try and really share it in a very generous way into the future. And I think this new partnership with Uillinn, we've worked with Anne and her team in many different formats over the decades, but this is a very significant new departure, I would say. And we would believe that the collection should be seen in as many places in Ireland as can accommodate it. But I have to say that Skibbereen is very lucky to have Uillinn, because we also have to demand a certain set of conditions for our collection to be in. And I know our team members were mentioned, Chiara, who's over there, our conservation, and Jean O'Donovan, who's our Register of Collections. Their charge, Jean is there, to make sure that the collection, that it can get the right level of light level. So we have to try and protect it for the next 100 years, that it doesn't deteriorate, and that as living material that it stays in good condition. I think Anne mentioned the teams. This has been a really solid collaboration with the Salt and Pepper Group, and particularly with the Uillinn staff. I know my team, and they're here. I can see Diane, Chiara, Mike, Jean, Evelyn. That's who I see from my team, and then Alex and Laz, who were here. I can feel that you're all re-energised, if I may say that on your behalf, because we've not been curating for the past year because we're closed. So this feeling of working on the ground, delivering again, has been a really exciting moment for us. But the response that we've got here from Stephen, Justine, Louise, and Poitch, the technical team, have been really accommodating of us coming down to kind of make sure that we were all working well together. I was getting images all week, which I think one of you said to me earlier, they were delicious. It's a delicious show. I was getting all these tantalising little images of what was being prepared all week, and nothing could prepare me this morning when you walk into that space and you're greeted by these incredible works in that incredible space. So we're going to be doing lots around the show with Uillinn over the next few months. It's on till the 20th of September. It is your collection. We really look forward to hearing your responses to it, and actually to staying engaged with us over the next 2 years while we're closed. We'll be doing a lot of stuff online. and we'll be doing 2 other big touring shows nationally next year, but we did want to kick off with the one that's closest to us in our county and in our Munster region. So thank you very much to Anne and her team, and to all of you for coming out on such a hot day. And in particular, I do want to thank all the Salt and Pepper artists and the artists who are living, who are here with us today, who are in our national collection, because actually you're the ones who need to hold us to account, to continue to do good work. Actually, we are working on behalf of the public to ensure that we continue to expand the collection, to keep arts relevant, because I think now more than ever it is really important that we're enabled to be inclusive, diverse, to make the collection accessible for new interpretations, and not to lock down in a fearful culture like is happening to lots of our colleagues in museums worldwide. So on that note, I think we celebrate the show raw, and we thank Salt and Pepper and Toma in particular, and particularly Anne and her team. Thank you very much.
To look around me and see all of you beloveds and all of the grow that we've put here, Habibi, Habibti, darlings, all of you. You just said something about inclusivity and about the energy that's kind of created here. I know that Anne said back to me something that I said a number of years ago when we were showing Tara Brandel's show, and that is that this rusty battery keeps us going, you know. We come here, we get recharged, we go back out again, we deliver in the world, you know. Art matters, and we matter. It matters that everyone is here. It matters that that we're all included, that there's nobody left behind. And I'm really proud of us for helping to just make this a more energized battery. It's like, you know, the sun has been out through all of this. We have charged ourselves with charging you, all free. But I hope that you are really going to get the same power and sense of grow, and that we're going to grow that grow out in the world. Because like Anne said there, it really matters. It really matters that we love each other more, and we find ways to love each other more. And this exhibition, I hope you are just going to love, and that you're going to bring all your loves to love, because it's like a theatrical experience walking through. When you feel the light pouring out of you, when you feel like you've gone to Eden, when you feel like all of this is shining and shimmering around with us as a we. And I think I've seen, certainly us as we've walked around with our hearts, hands on our hearts, looking at what we've done together. And I am so grateful for all of the people, the extended Salt and Pepper group, which is over 40, who can, right at the beginning, what would you like out of the Crawford? And it was like a supermarket sweep. And then Anne kept saying, well, you know, like we have to fit it all in here. Mike, you know, you've just given us so much. We had so much fun. And I think that that's even right from the very beginning. We've just had great fun. Great fun putting it together. I hope that you will experience that fun, because I certainly have. But all of those extended Salt and Peppers who put in their bits, all of you making your contributions in what ways you could. HSC giving us the funding 4 years ago for me to start meeting people in park benches when we were all quite isolated, and meeting in the park benches and being a bit cheeky there because we were taking it as a gay space, you know, from a criminal period that was not so long ago. And we still have some of that pain from. You know, there's still over 400 men who have their convictions still, although they were annulled, their names are still out there as the ones, and all of the ones that got lost, who left because and didn't come back, for the ones who left and didn't come back, for all of the women who were taken away and put electrical charges, who were changed, who suffered, for all of them to see us here today, taking I got 2 emails only just an hour ago. One of them was from Ancestry.com, from my saying, oh, I've got more information on your great-great-grandmother Grace. That's who I was named for. And I thought, oh, there's the ancestors coming for me today. And then the other one was from the library. And it was the real Charlotte has arrived for me. So Edith and Martin are here with us, joining the draw. And I could go on, but I'm just going to quickly give a little shout out to some of my team because they're the bigger team, but I'll start off with Jackie. Jackie, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. You'll see in there. Would you like to say one sentence?
No, I'm delighted.
Carmel, my wife. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. Yes. So proud to be your wife.
It's been wonderful to be part of this and see it come together, and like you say, to see the pieces come into the space was just so exciting to actually see them in the flesh. You know, it's a real buzz, and it's just been such a joy working with you all. It's been lovely.
Sharon made a piece that is dedicated to Bridget, who was part of our Salt and Pepper and was the first amongst us to go to the great artistic project in the sky. We're thankful that she's here as one of our. Miranda.
It's been wonderful to be part of this whole experience, and I've never had anything I've made be part of an exhibition before, so it's been a learning curve and a really rich, wonderful, collaborative sharing and creation. So, super grateful.
Professor Tina?
Professor Tina has very little to say to that. It's been brilliant. I've loved every minute of it. As many of you know, I recently lost my wife of 30 years, and this project has really kept me going last summer. And I just love the idea that we brought all of these people who aren't here with us, whether from a century and a half ago or from recent times. Thank you for things.
I just want to say thank you to everybody in Salt and Pepper for welcoming this Londoner into this lovely, warm Westcourt lesbian embrace. And I think finding Westcourt Dykes WhatsApp group was changed my life. And thank you for allowing me to make some work, creating a space in which I can make work that is really important to me. And yeah, that's it, I think.
would say what an incredible experience it is working with you. It's been so much fun. You have been so open with your thoughts and feelings and warmth and your artistry and your ideas, your constant ideas. It's just been in its and I've loved everyone and all my others. My God.
Thank you to Liz for my Raw Choir. We're looking for more funding for that. Thank you, Anne, for making this home for us all here. It's been great. We've actually had some great fun with this. And I have been bold and outfit. It's just been so wonderful. Thank you, Mary. I'm so glad that we've drawn you back to Skibbereen with this magnetic collection. It's just fabulous. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I know that I've forgotten to say another how many of you thanks. Thanks to Justine, who got it all started in the very first place. Louise, everybody, Stephen, Pio. That's it. Thanks.